Hey guys, welcome back. So this is going to be part 3 of the turn signal modification video, and this time I'm going to focus on how to get the matching pattern. But before we get started, I'd like to thank these 5 gentlemen for helping me figure this mod out, and their names are Frank White, Aaron C., Austin H., WJ Handydad, and Anthony Elliott. And Anthony made a very generous donation of some wiring harnesses, and with these wiring harnesses I was able to make 5 sets of plug and play harnesses that are going to be given away at the end of this video. So I'll put their names down below with their links to their channels, and if you missed part 1 or part 2, I'll put the link to those videos down below as well. So first off, what I would do is I would skip to the very end, the last chapter called Giveaway, and the rules on how to win these harnesses and these tools over here will be right there. So you don't need to watch any of this, just skip right to the very end. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to talk about is how to replace the smaller 196 bulb with a 3157 dual filament bulb. So this right here is the side marker assembly, and this is my original factory wiring harness for the stock bulb. And this bulb is very small. It's a miniature bulb. You can see how tiny it is. And this bulb is a single filament bulb. And what we're going to do is we're going to retrofit this 3157 dual filament bulb into that socket. And as you can see, it's a very bigger, larger bulb than the smaller one. And the socket is much larger too. That's the size difference of the sockets we're dealing with. Okay, so I tried 2 different methods on how to get this bulb in there, and the first one I did is I tried to make a little adapter that would go over the side marker assembly, and I notched it out so that I could get a bulb socket and stick it over here and stick it in here and twist it on just like a regular dual filament socket. But that didn't work out, and the reason why it didn't work out is because I had some clearance issues with the type of the bulb I was using. So I'm using these LED bulbs, and they're just a little bit longer than a factory incandescent bulb. So what I went with is I just bored it out. I made the opening just a little bit bigger, and I bored it out with this uni bit or a step bit, and with that I was able to mimic the same diameter of this bulb socket, which is the same size as this little gasket here, and I traced a little piece of cardboard here to get a template, and then I put that template over here to get an estimated hole size. And so what I was able to do is I was able to get this bulb socket in here. I just twist it right in there, and by doubling up on the gaskets I pretty much got an almost watertight seal all the way around it. You can see I've just got a little bit of gap there and a little bit of gap there. But overall I'm pretty much satisfied with how well this thing fits. And so to get a waterproof seal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this clear silicone RTV, and I'm just going to put a small bead. I'm just going to put a small bead all the way around the bulb socket, just to make sure no water gets in here during the rainy season. And so that's how you get the bulb in there. So now what I want to talk about is how to wire this up. So the first wiring, I'll talk about how to do it on a civilian model Crown Vic, and then next I'll do a police model Crown Vic. So when it comes to the wiring, what you really want to do is you want to get to your local junkyard and you want to pick up some wiring harnesses, and this is why. I looked these up, and to buy these things they're a little pricey. This one here is $108, and you only get one, and you're going to need two of these. And what these are is, this is the stock wiring harness for a Grand Marquis, and the ones you want are from 1992 to 2011. And the reason why you want it is because you don't want to cut into your factory wiring harness here. And another reason why you want it is because this will come with the third wire that's going to run the turn signal circuit in the bulb. So you're going to want to pick up as many harnesses as you can for this one, and then you also want to pick up some of these, and this is just the factory Crown Vic side marker wiring harness, and this only has two wires. But if you've got a police model, you'll want some extras of these. And the third wiring harness is you want the stop and tail light wiring harness, and that's going to give you your 3157 bulb sockets. So once you have those wiring harnesses, you'll be able to construct your wiring harness. And this right here is a finished product. So on one end it's got the 4-wire connector, and of course there's only 3 wires in this one to run the bulb. And then it's got the 3157 bulb socket on here. So if you've got so you'll just need to get these wires attached by soldering them and get some heat shrink on there to get a good waterproof seal, and then you're done. So that's how you do it for the civilian. Now when it comes to the police model Vic, it's going to be just a little bit more work. And the reason why that is because on a civilian, or excuse me, on a police model, there's only 2 wires in here, the ground wire and the positive wire to run the parking lamp. So that's only going to give you 2 of the 3 wires that you need. So when you wire this up, you're gonna get something that looks like this. You're gonna have your regular connector, but on this one you can see it only has 2 wires in there, and that's because the third wire to run the 3157 bulb is going to have to go to a different location. So let me show you what that looks like. So you'll get your bulb in here like that. And then you'll just plug this in just like your factory one was. Now this second wire loom here is the third wire to run the turn signal circuit of the turn signal bulb. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to splice this in to your factory turn signal bulb located right here on the headlamp assembly. Now in order to do that, you're going to have to unravel this piece of tape right here, and you're going to have to remove this wire loom, and it's going to give you access to the 5 wires, or the 3 wires in here. Now you can see on this bulb socket right here, you can see there's 3 wires in here, and I'm purposely not going to tell you the color of the wires, and the reason why that is because what I found based on the wiring harness, or excuse me, based on this wiring diagram, it was incomplete and it wasn't 100% accurate. So just in case certain model years of Crown Vics have different color wires, it may make a difference. So what I'm going to do, that's why I'm including these test lights, so that you can test which wire is the correct wire. So I'll show you how to do this here, and then we'll go over to the car and I'll show you how to do that. So you can see on your headlamp assembly wiring harness, there's 3 wires going into here. And when you flip this around, there's going to be 3 pin slots, 1, 2, and 3. And so you're going to turn on your parking lamps and your 4-way emergency flashers, and you're going to probe each one of these pins, and whichever one is flashing, that's the wire that you want to tap into to connect this 3rd wire. So let's go over to the car and I'll show you how to do that. So again, turn on your parking lamps and then turn on your 4-way flashers. And this test light is very basic and simple and easy to use, but it's worth its weight in gold. So you'll just take this negative clamp here and you're going to attach it to the negative side of the battery, and then touch the positive terminal on the battery just to make sure this thing works. And you can see the bulb lights up when I touch it. Okay, now this is the connector for my passenger side. So I'm going to start on the far right, and when I stick it in here, you can see the bulb in the test light does not come on. So that means this is the ground wire. Now I'm going to stick it in the middle one, and you can see that the bulb illuminates steadily, and that means that is the parking lamp circuit. Now when I stick it in the last one, we can see the bulb is now flashing with the 4-way emergency flashers. So that means that is the turn signal circuit, and that is the wire that you need to splice into. Okay, so that's how you do, or that's how you get the bulb in there, and that's how you do the wiring. Now let's get to the giveaway rules. So I'm going to have 5 sets of wiring harnesses to give away, and I've got 5 test lights, 5 pick sets, and 5 magnetic bowls. So what I'm going to do is 5 winners and 10 alternate winners will be chosen by a random comment picker live on camera, and that video will be posted 24 hours after this video. So to enter the giveaway, you need to leave a comment on this video for the comment picker to pick out. Okay, so once that gets done, the winners will have 15 hours to complete these 3 requirements once their names are drawn. So number 1, the first requirement is you have to have a 1998 to 2011 Crown Vic. Number 2, you must email me your United States shipping address and 3 photos of your Crown Vic. And number 3, because I run this channel on a budget of $0, I'm going to request that the winners pay the $15 shipping cost to ship out these wiring harnesses and tools. And I'll put my email address down below, and I'll put my PayPal account down below. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.